No, it does not. It's 97 over 108, so he's roughly about 20 behind, 15 behind, 10 behind in that area as he continues to warp in units. He's getting some more gateways down and the Twilight Council, so this is going to be good. Observer coming in here for Arch. I haven't really seen a whole lot of use out of this robotics facility since it's been dropped. That's probably due to the fact... Oh, here we go. A whole bunch of stalkers trying to move in on this army, being forced to pull back. There's really too many zealots in there, too much beef up at the front. If these zealots have charge, and they do not, they could be seriously damaging. If he could use some force fields to divide that army, and see, one force field is just not going to do it. That's not even going to scare him. He needs to get some more sentries out here. That way he can focus on really what's going on here. Chi pulling a single drone back. I'm not really sure if that was a miscue of some kind or why it's coming all the way back to this location. We do have charge lots being researched. An additional carry has finally come out for Chi. However, economically speaking, he is in a huge hole at this point. 61 over 74, and as you can clearly see, he's being outmined by at least 300 minerals per minute. These Stargates are just killing it on the Void Rays, so there is going to be a very large Void Ray army around here somewhere. Let's pull up the production tab. Both of them getting charged at this point. Weapons 1 air coming out for Chi. He's got an additional 2 Stargates coming out for Arch. So where are those? There they are. And this is just going to end up being this huge, massive Void Ray ball, and I don't wish that upon anyone. Now, Arch has got to be figuring at this point, if he hasn't sent these observers out, that there have got to be expansions. I do not know why he has not taken out these rocks and then taken out this expansion. There he goes, finally getting on these rocks in front of the gold. He's going to want that additional expansion. At this point, Chi has put a surprising amount of pressure considering how long it's taken him to get this far. So I think he's doing a lot better with his resources than Arch is. He's really come out ahead in these little skirmishes that they've had up until this point. So it'd be interesting to see exactly what happens when these two bio balls here clash. It doesn't seem like Arch has got quite enough to deal with what Chi has got going on here. I think he's been spending a little too much time macroing and not really enough time getting the army tab up to where it needs to be. And here come those Void Rays, and that is going to be nasty. That is quite a few Void Rays. We've got 6 Void Rays in the mix, helping out these Stalkers. There is the one carrier, and it is continuing to build interceptors, throwing down a couple of force fields, but those are really not going to help. It does look as if Chi is getting the better of this fight, down to 1 Void Ray, and it has just a measly 12 health left. He's being forced back onto the high ground. He doesn't have any force fields. He's not going to be able to push this up, and this has forced him to expose one of his expansions, if not both expansions, to Chi's knowledge. That means Chi is certainly going to crush through what is left here, or at least attempt to overpower them. However, he's losing this battle at this point. He's going to be forced to pull back. That was an amazing warp-in by Arch. He did pull a lot of units in there. The Zealots for Chi were pulled off. That way he could go ahead and try and take out the production of the probes that we're mining here. And I'm not really sure. I guess these guys are just sacrificial lambs at this point. Chi going back to his main at this point, focusing on pulling up his defenses. He's gone ahead and he's dropped a whole bunch more tech structures here. Looks like an additional 4 gateways and a dark shrine coming out at this point. Probably not exactly what I would have anticipated. However, you do see that in Protoss games, when the Protoss seems to be losing quite badly, they do have this strange tendency to always go for the Dark Shrine. It does seem to be a loss or savior type thing. He's got to realize that he's going to be getting suffocated. And another mothership for Chi. Well, he's just not going to give up on this mothership. He is just not. Protoss Weapons Air 2 and Ground Armor 1 coming out for Chi, excuse me. And also Ground Weapons 1 and an additional carrier. And it does look as if that gold expansion is finally coming up here for Arch. Let's go ahead and check the harvester count, 79 over 88. I did not anticipate that Chi was going to be able to hold this off this long. And it really does look like he is doing very well with himself this late in the game. And I'm surprised that the army tab is still so slanted. I mean, I just have this feeling with all this gas and all this minerals that Arch could be doing something slightly better with his money. I mean, I would like to see, you know, some immortals, and as I bite my tongue. And here come the Dark Templar for Chi in the back of Arch's main. And he's really going to be doing some damage here. However, Arch does have the Overseer there, so these Dark Templar are not going to do a lot of damage, and they did cost a tremendous amount of gas. As you can see, poor Chi is down to about 200 gas at that point. Unfortunately, Arch is not going to have that problem. He is going to have a ridiculous amount of gas. He can pretty much build anything he wants at this point. What he really needs to do is focus on this gold, get this gold up and running. Come on, here, I'll do it for you. Come on, come on. Here, let me help you out there. Over here, over here. He does have a nice bio ball here, there, and he does have enough money for the mass recall and the vortex. And I would just like to see him push in on one of these expansions. He's just sitting here waiting for this large ball to come through him. He should vortex all these void rays and then push in with all these stalkers. That's what I want to see from Chi here. He vortexes 2 of the void rays, and instead that mothership goes down because of it. Should have vortexed the void rays, and here comes an all-in push. Complete Protoss versus Protoss toilet. This is what I like to see. Who is going to come out on top? Oh, it is going to be Chi who takes the advantage as Arch's entire army vanishes. He's just coming out of there with just a ridiculous amount of zealots, and Arch being forced to withdraw, even though Arch has got such an economic advantage and such an army tab advantage at this point. Excuse me, not anymore. It is now 165 over 115. This cannot be good for Arch. He really needs to get some more units out on the field. Needs to focus on this gold. I don't know what these guys are doing. Come on, Arch. Come on. You are going to lose this gold expansion. This is not good for you. More zealots moving across the field, and these guys, all these stalkers are just going to be picked off by this massive set of zealots and carriers here. This is just going to be a complete loss for Arch if he does not do something significant to put himself back in this game. Arch is pretty upset at losing that at this point, and Chi is just going to dominate what is left of this expansion at this point. Arch is moving out all of his probes. A couple of void rays moving across the field. Nothing significant coming out for Arch at this point. Where is your money, Arch? Where is your money? It's because all of your harvesters are right here. Look at this. Look at this huge pack of harvesters. That is well over 36 harvesters, I want to say. Just sitting there all by themselves. Excuse me, 38. Or was that just 30? Oh, I don't know. Anyway, Chi is just running rampant. Why he did not move up into the main of Arch at this point, I'm not entirely sure. I'm believing it's because Arch is just going on the offensive here, trying to do a base trade. Probably got a couple of zealots down here, and he does. And these zealots are not going to last long, but he did do a decent damage to the harvester count. 2 more void rays coming out for Arch, and I guess that's all he's got. Ground weapons 3 and 3 coming out for Chi, and that is going to make him very powerful. These void rays having no upgrades on them whatsoever. They are 2-3 at this time, if that's what you guys are wondering, because that's what I was curious about. Additional expansion going down for Chi here, down in the bottom right-hand corner. 2 forges going at full tilt there. Another carrier coming out. And of course, we got interceptors building. If we go ahead and check the army tab, 173 over 132. That is a large, huge advantage. That is not going to be good. This poor carrier caught off in the weeds for some reason. However, Arch's entire force is going to be caught off in the weeds here, because these carriers, if you do not focus fire these carriers, they are just going to do ridiculous amounts of damage. You have got to focus fire them down. And all these Dark Templar and all these, and the GG coming down for Arch. He has just gone ahead and decided to give this one up. Chi takes this game. Beautiful game from Chi. I was very impressed by his resource management, how well he maintained and controlled his army. Very well played from him. Arch made a couple of mistakes. Didn't get on the gold when he should have. left a bunch of drones up here, had all these buildings, did not properly, I believe, utilize his economy from the transition between economy and army. As you can see, this is obviously well oversaturated, but you know, that's just kind of how you get in the end of the game. I would have liked to have seen some more higher tech level from Arch, maybe some Colossi or something of that nature. Of course, with those carriers out, he probably would have done very well had he gone Phoenix. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the cast, and I will see everybody next time. Thank you very much.